Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine and doing well. I think we have discussed in last chapter we have discussed strategic training, which was one of the most important topic. So in this chapter we'll talk about need assessment, which is basically about why we need training, the process of need assessment, and then we'll go to other topics. Questions need to be asked before training, questions need to be asked from trainees, the companies or outside consultant that they are providing training. So we'll go through each and every step. So why we need assessment. It's very important because before of organizing any training program, it's very important that you find out our employees are interested in this training sessions. They really want to learn something new skills or not. You're just making sure that trainees learn skill on the job. So choosing which training method, who will provide training, do we need to offer online training or offline training, different types of things. So if you find a training session, if it's not important, for example you have conducted a training program without doing any need assessment, then it's very important. There's no point of giving the training because you didn't done the need assessment. Do we really need this training or not? How we need that training? After, who need that training? Employees, managers, top level, who? Where we need to conduct the training, to whom we need to give these training sessions, to outside consultant, to our own employees or our own managers or our own top level employees. So that's all questions which you need to ask in training session. So let's read the slides. So as discussed in previous chapter, effective training practice involves the use of training design process, which we have discussed last week, the strategic training in their process. The design process began with a need assessment. So that's the first thing. Subsequent step in the process include ensuring that employees have the motivation and basic skills necessary to learn, creating a positive learning environment, making sure that trainees learn skill on the job. So that's very important. So as we have discussed, it's very important that employees are motivated for this training. They want this training to be done, and they are having at least a basic skills. What do we mean by basic skills? For example, you're providing training for your employees regarding QuickBook, but they don't know how to use computer, so they don't have basic skills, isn't it? So that's why you need to give them a training regarding computer first, so at least they should have some basic skills. And environment, making sure that trainees learn skills on the job, choosing the training method and evaluating whether training has achieved the desired outcomes or not. So after that you will do that. Before you choose a training method, it's important to determine what type of training is necessary and whether trainees are willing to learn or not. If they are not willing to learn, then what's the point of conducting a training session? We all know that in some of the organizations, especially government organization, workshops and training are just conducted to spend money, in order to spend money. So that's not the point, waste of money. So after the training, they are same, and before the training there is no changes regarding their skills, regarding their any working environments or anything, or regarding their knowledge. So that's why need assessment refer to the process used to determine whether the training is necessary or not. So that's need assessment. So it's a process that determines, that find out whether why we need training or not. Do we need training or not? So that's a need assessment process. Need assessment typically involves organizational analysis, personal analysis, and task analysis. So we will discuss all these in full detail, but let's go through each of the. Organizational analysis consider the context in which training will occur. So organizational analysis involves determining the appropriateness of training, giving the company business strategy, its resource available for training. Do we have resource? It's all regarding the organization. You analyze the whole organization. So do we have money for that? Do we have resources for training? Do we have strategy and support by them? Managers are supporting this training or not? Top level manager, are they interested in providing training or not? Do they want or not? So you analyze all these cases before providing any type of training. In need assessment, what you do organizational analysis. First you find out the resources. For example, you have done everything, you have contacted a trainees, a company, a trainer, and you have done a contract, but you found out later on that there is no money in the company, so there is no resources available, for example place, chairs or whatever. So then what's the point of that? So the first what you do, you analyze the organization. So once you analyze done your organizational analysis, then you go to personal analysis. So your business, its resource available for training and support by manager employers for training activities. Yes, you're already familiar with one aspect of organizational analysis. Chapter 2 discuss the role of company business strategy in determining the frequency and type of training. So in chapter 2 we have discussed the strategic training. So that's all about strategy in all these things. So then personal analysis helps to identify who needs training. That's very important. Once you've done the all organizational analysis, once you have analyzed the whole organization, resources, employees motivation, for example, everything, once you analyze the whole strategy of training in the organization, policies for training, approval from top level, availability of resources, everything, then you come to personal analysis. Personal analysis is identify who needs training. For example, if you are having 1000 employees, so who need training? So how you come to know that, for example, Mr. X or Mr. Y needs training and Mr. other Z they don't want? So that's the thing. So how you found out this? From where you found out that Mr. Ahmad or Mr. XYZ need training and Mr. someone else they don't need training for, or they need? So that's the point. So how you found out this? So it comes after personal analysis. So you analyze whether they need training, your results, their level of knowledge, their skills, everything. So you come out, you do all the analysis. After your analysis you found out that yes, from for example 100 employees, 50 needs training, 20 needs training because of these reasons, 40 needs training because of these reasons. So you analyze each and every single point. So let's see, person analysis involves determining whether performance deficiency result from a lack of knowledge, skills or ability. So you first found out that why we need training. If anything is happening in the organization, for example in their departments or with the some employees, what's the point? They don't have knowledge, they don't have skill or ability of training issues. So what's that first thing? So if you're or form a motivational or work design problem, or they just need a motivation, or there is a problem in their working environment or their working locations. Yes, so identify who needs training. And third one, determining employees' readiness for training. Are they ready to get this training? Are they willing to participate in training session or not? So you found in this session you analyze whole personal, because you found out why they need training, because of lack of knowledge. For example, you found out that some of employees are not productive, they are not achieving their targets, there is an issue regarding their jobs, they are facing a lot of problems. So you analyze what is the reason, what is the reason behind these deficiencies or behind these problems, the real reasons. Knowledge, skills, what's the reason? Ability, or they just don't want to do that. Yes, so you are finding out, you try to find out the reason behind unproductivity, the reason behind not efficient, not effective. So you found out the reason behind not achieving their targets. So what you do in the reason, you are doing personal analysis. So once you done personal analysis, you found out that they are not having, for example, certain skills. Okay, yes, so for these skills we need to give them training. So are they willing to participate or learn something? Yes, so then you do the personal analysis. So once you have finished with organizational analysis, once you have done with need assessment of organizational analysis, do you come to personal analysis. So as we have discussed, in organizational analysis, you analyze the whole organization, everything. In personal analysis, you analyze employees, you identify who needs training, which one needs training, how many of our employees need training, do they have problems in knowledge, they don't know anything regarding their job, or they know everything but they are not willing to, they need a little bit motivation or something. So there is an issue, they are not happy from, for example, co-workers, they are not happy from working environment, they are not happy from let's say, what we call it, they are not happy from safety and security, whatever are the reasons. So you find out these things. So after once you done the personal analysis, then you come to then that's it. So task analysis, you analyze the whole tasks, different tasks given, different jobs. So that's easy. Now, why is need assessment necessary? So why we need need assessment? Is it important or not? So what's the point of doing need assessment before providing a training programs for employees or whatever, before conducting a training, before signing a contract with the consultancy or outside company or a trainer? So before all do, why we need to do need assessment in an organization in order to find out. So the first need assessment is the first step in instructional design process, and if it is not properly conducted, any one or more of the following situations could occur. So these are if you don't do the need assessment properly, or if you don't even do it, so you will face some sort of the issues or some sort of the problems in the future. Let's see. Training may be incorrectly used as a solution to performance problem when the solution should deal with the employee's motivation, job design, or a better communication of performance expectations. So training may be incorrectly used. Yes. So if you don't do need assessment and you just come and ask the trainer to provide training for the whole employees, so what's the point? It's incorrect, isn't it? Training program may have wrong content, objectives, or methods. So you didn't do need assessment and you found out that the method you're providing is not okay. The training method that you have chosen is not appropriate, is not efficient, it's not effective. So what's the point? What's the objectives? Wrong content. They provide the training that they have wasted the money. So that's why it's very important. It's need assessment, that before providing any type of training, before conducting any type of training, before choosing employees for the training, you need to do the need assessment. So you analyze the whole organizations, what we have discussed, personal and task analysis. So after that you found out that you need training. Yes, you really need training, but which method do you need? Online, offline, where, what are the objectives of the training, content, what needs to be taught in the training, which topics will be covered, while in training sessions. So all these things will be easy, but if you don't do need assessment, then you will face problem regarding these issues. So it will be very very difficult for a company or for individual to find out or to provide a training. So that's the problem, the wrong content, method, so wrong type of method that have been chosen. So once you do that, if you don't do the need assessment, that's I think is a waste of time. It's a waste of time and money and energy. Why? Because you didn't ask anyone. You're providing training for your employees and you don't know where to provide, which topics you need to cover, to whom you are providing, are they willing to participate in this training or not, is it compulsory, is it optional, what's the point of this. So it's all back to the need assessment. So before doing that, you analyze each and every single point. So you're finding out that regarding the training, why it's necessary. So next point, trainees may be sent to training program for which they do not have basic skills, prerequisite skills or confidence needed to learn. So before doing anything, so trainees are sent, they don't have basic skills. So what's the point? As I have give you example of QuickBook, so they don't know how to use computer, they don't know about Windows, they don't know anything regarding computer. So how you can send him for to learn a big software, a latest software, advanced software? So what's the point? Because they are not your trainees, your employees, or a person who needs training, they are not having at least basic skills. They don't have confidence to learn. They don't want to learn. So they don't need that. So what's confidence needed to learn? So they are not having at least confidence. So what's the point? That's why it need assessment helps you to find out all these things, their basic knowledge. Yes, do you know how to use computer? Yes. Do you know Microsoft Office? Yes. Do you know anything regarding accounting? Yes. So what we need to do is we need to give you a training regarding the latest QuickBook 2020 online version. Okay, have you used any QuickBook before? Yes, I have used it. For example, 2015 QuickBook or whatever, offline QuickBook. Yes, have you used it? Yes. So okay, so you know how to use computer, you know Office, you know accounting. So you have used the offline version of QuickBook 5 years before. Now there are some certain changes, so we will provide you a training for QuickBook 2020 online session version, so you will learn. So that's it. So how you will find this? Because of need assessment. So if you don't do need assessment and you send your employees, the trainees, to somewhere and they don't have a basic skills, yes. So if you, for example, you send all your employees for a training session, you have organized everything, you found out that they don't know English, and the person you have hired is for example is somewhere else, is a person from another country, is a trainer from another country. What's the basic skills? They don't have. The basic skills of English language, they don't know how to use English, how to speak English, how to listen. They are not having listening skills, for example. They are not having reading skills. So these are basic skills which you need to find. So training so need assessment will help you to find out these points. Next one, training will not deliver the expected learning, behavior change, or financial result that the company expects. So if you don't do need assessment, you cannot see the perfect result, because what you have expected, it goes against your expectations. You didn't conducted the need assessment and you just found out training sessions, or you just conducted, or you just organize our training programs without doing any need assessment. So what's the point? You have wasted your financial money or whatever, and you didn't see any behavior change in your employees because you didn't done the need assessment. So that's why it's very important, as I have discussed, to find out the need assessment and do the need assessment in an organization. And next one, money will be spent on training programs that are unnecessary because they are unrelated to company's business strategy. It's another very important point. So if you don't do need assessment, so that's the issue. You might have conducted or organized a training session which goes against your business strategy, which goes against your company's policy. So what's the point of doing that training? So what's the point of that? It's not related to your company strategy. That training program, money you have spent, for example, thousands of dollars in that training program is unnecessary because they are not unrelated to the company's business strategy. They are unrelated. They are not related to your business strategies and policies. How you find business strategy? What is your business strategy in your business policies, your training policies, in your organizational analysis? So once your organization doing organizational analysis, you are finding out the strategy, business strategy, organizational strategy, policies, everything. So need assessment is very, very important. So that's why we have discussed these issues. So trainees, so now I'm sure you have learned why need assessment is very important before organizing any training program. So you done all these things. So now this is cause and outcome of need assessment. So reason or pressure points. So lack of basic skills, poor performance, new technology, customer request, new products, higher performance, new jobs, legislation, whatever. Who needs training? What is the context? So that's it. Organizational, you do the analysis. These are the reasons or pressure points. So because of these points, you need to provide training for your employees. Lack of basic skill, they are not having basic skills. So what you do, this point pressures you to go and organize a training program for your employees, so they can solve that issues. Next one, poor performance. So for example, they are not performing according to the expectation of the company. Their performance of your employees or certain departments are low or very low. They are not effective. They are not doing their job properly, so they are having issues. They are having more waste, for example, in production company. So they are not performing well. So why it push you to organize a training program for them, so they can learn certain skills in finished. Then you have new technology. So new innovations in technology are pushing companies to provide training, because their employees should at least learn basic skills, or at least learn new technologies, in order to have a competitive advantage advantage in the market. It's very important to adopt your or fill your company with the latest technology. So companies that they are using latest technology are very useful, they are very productive, their quality of products are much higher. So there are many reasons of arriving new technology, arrivals of new technology, innovation in technology push the companies to conduct or to organize a training programs for their employees. The best example is the online studies, online classes. So I'm sure most of the employees of Salam University, they were not aware of LMS. They were not aware of how to upload videos, how to manage, how to use their account, everything. So what happened? Now they have provided the training for their employees, so for their managers, so they know, even for their lecturers, how to upload videos, how to do this, everything. So why? Because of new technology. That's a customer request. So that's what we need to provide our customers. For example, for our students, that's online classes. So new technology has pushed the company to provide training for their employees regarding new. So customer new products. So as you are launching a new product, then there is a reason. Then higher performance, yes, so you need that. New jobs or legislation, any changes in law, any changes in the law of the company, rules and regulation of the business, for finance, for HR, for others. So what you do, you need to provide them with the training so they can at least learn new. So once these are the pressure points, for example, these are points. So there are many other points as well that are pushing the company or putting pressure on the company to provide. So what do you do after that? Cause and effect. Does cause, then what is this? Organizational analysis, task analysis in personnel, who needs training. So you found out all of them in this place. What is the context? So you do the, and what do they need training. So after that, outcomes, what trainee needs to learn. Yes, who receive training, types of training, frequency of training, bias, by versus building training decision, training versus the other HR options such as selection or job design, how training should be evaluated. So once you have done everything, so what will be the outcome? What trainees need to learn. So after that, you found out that in what do they need training. So once you've done organizational, personal, and task analysis, you can find the answer for this question. So in which area they need training, in which sectors they need training, in which department they need training. So you can find answer for this question after doing all this analysis. So after that, you have analyzed all these points and you have found out everything regarding organizational analysis, regarding task and personal analysis. So the answer will be definitely there. So you found out that they need training regarding latest technology, a QuickBook or a software. So okay, so what will they will learn after the training? They will learn, for example, the latest software. Okay, very good. Who received training? So which department? Finance, for example. In finance, which employees, how many number of employees? So you found out that from, for example, in personal analysis, from 50 employees or 60 employees, 30 of them or 20 of them needs training A to Z. For example, these 20 individuals or employees are willing to participate, or they need training because their performance are not according to the expectation of the organization. So what they do, that's personal analysis. So types of training. So which type of training you provide? It depends, frequency of training, then training versus other HR options, selection or job design. So you do all how training should be evaluated. So you do the evaluation regarding the training program. So that's all regarding cause and effect, cause and outcome of need assessment. So regarding methods used in need assessment, we'll discuss it in the next class. So let me revise all these points so we can do. So we have discussed in previous chapter effect strategic training. Subsequent step in the process include, so then we do need assessment. Need assessment refer to the process used to determine whether the training is necessary. Then we found out the need assessment typically an organization. Then we do an organizational analysis, personal analysis, and task analysis. So in organizational analysis, you analyze the whole organization, their resources, support available from top level manager or not, do they want the training or not. So you do all this. Then in personal analysis, you analyze everything regarding basic skills, everything regarding your employees. Then after, why need assessment is very important. So regarding performance problem, then regarding if we don't do the need assessment, the training program may have wrong context or objective or methods. Trainees have sent training programs so that they don't have basic skills, will deliver unexpected, regardless the expectation of the company, or program unnecessary strategy, then cause and effects of need assessment. So that's all regarding need. So method used in need assessment. So we'll discuss all these points in our coming session.